Oh, man, you know what? The day can go by really fast, believe it or not, when you are least expecting it. And you know what also I think adds to that? Is that last night I decided that the Hubs and I was going to see the last showing of Sinners in IMAX. Man, a 10 o'clock p.m. showing, 10:20 to be exact. And then people came late, so it was like 10:30. So not that I can't do a getting home at 2 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, I'm kind of feeling it. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm kind of feeling it. But we're going to have a great discussion today. Excited about that. Before I get into our little fancy intro and bring on our guests, I do want to talk about that Small Biz Bites is, of course, on other places where you get your podcasts, Amazon Music, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and we're also on Indie Soup Media. Well, there will be a replay of this episode and all the others. So if you want to have a little G in your ear, by all means, you can go over there and grab that as well. And before I go, because I like shouting out my fellow friends and people who I believe in, I got my glasses from Glitz Optical. Yeah, my readers. They're so cute. You can book a risk-free consultation today at Glitz Optical online. No, you don't have to be in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. She started this business as a mobile business. And it worked out because, 2020 happened. We couldn't go anywhere. So I have had her come to my home. I have had her style me digitally, I should say virtually. And then I've had a chance to go into the store. So we have done some things. We've had a really good time. But enough about that. Let's play this intro so we can get into our conversation. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody. This is Gwendolyn G.R. Houston Jack. You were tuning into another live episode of Small Biz Bites, and we are streaming live to LinkedIn and to YouTube. And I will say this, YouTube is a really good experience. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you it's a really good experience. I would highly suggest you come on over to YouTube. And if you're here, please like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel because, we have some good things happening over here. You know what I'm saying? But let me tell you. So Gwendolyn likes to do these virtual network things. Because not that I don't mind being face-to-face. I do face-to-face too. But I also like to do a little virtual networking thing. And so there was this speed virtual networking some time ago. And I met a lot of really awesome, cool people. Like a lot. So much so that I said, you have to come and talk about what you do. Share your genius with the people who watch this show. So we have one of those folks today. Before I bring in our guests, let me make sure I say hello to all the people who are watching with us. We got Mother in the building because Mother's going to show up for her kids. She's consistent. Now, every now and then, she gets caught up in her yard. And I have to call her and say, hello, your child is here. But Mother's in the building. Shout out to you, Mother. Shout out to Black Eighth Element. Hello to you, sir. And Letta is here. We had the best time with Letta. Letta's in the building. Thank you all for tuning in. Let me go ahead and get this going because I want to make sure we spend enough time with our guest, who happens to be Keith. Crowd is going wild. How are you, Keith? How are you?
Hey, doing great. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Now, I want to tell the people, because we were having, I believe, a really great conversation before we came in here. but we were discussing the severe weather that we've been experiencing here. Now, I'm in Texas. Keith is over there in Tennessee.
Yep.
And I was just saying, I'm sitting here doing my deal, and then I look up and they're like, possibility of severe weather after 6 o'clock. I was like, again? Really? Yeah.
'Tis the season.
It is the season. It is the season. This is what we're dealing with right now. And it's getting kind of wonky out there. I mean, I don't know if you people have watched the news, but there was a young man, I want to say yesterday or one of the days, but he was able to fly his custom built drone into the tornado.
Oh, wow.
Right. Like he literally took the drone, flew it in, and you can see straight down. And I thought, now that's what I'm talking about. That's technology done right. I am
Very
down
cool.
for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, okay. All right. For those people who love Twister, and I've never seen Twisters, I think it was done right the first time. No offense.
Yeah.
But a woman has a place for tornadoes, although they absolutely freak me out. But let's do this, Keith, because we want people to know who you are as we say hello to our dear friend, Ron Foster. And also Gary is in the building. Hello to GNC Sports Talk. We're going to do what's called Fast Five. Are you ready, sir?
Ready?
Ready. Okay, here we go. Number one. Are you road tripping or are you flying?
I'm a little bit of both, but mostly road trip and don't fly a lot.
What do you love about road tripping, if I may ask?
Well, it's the scenic background routes that you get to take that are, fascinating to see especially across the U.S.
Right. Yes. There is something about taking, and I'm going to be a little cliche, the road less traveled. That you find some really cool spots and places to eat that if you were in the plane, no offense, you're gonna miss out on. You're just
Very true. And Tennessee's famous for lots of really amazing back roads.
Okay, so let me talk about that real quick. Because I wanted to go to, I shouldn't say I want to, it was on my list to go to Gatlinburg to go to Old Smoky Distillery. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And we were coming from Atlanta. Some of the back roads, I don't know how cars get through there because I was like clutching my seatbelt. Beautiful, but absolutely freaked me out. I was like, there's no rail here on the edge. It's just it's just depth. I was like, I don't know why Google sent me this way, but heart palpitations.
Yeah, good old rural East Tennessee.
Yes, beautiful, gorgeous. Yep. But I said, never again. I need some highway. I need some buffers because it just looks really close to the edge, and I can't even. Yeah, it was a bit much, but I do love it. Number two, are you a breakfast person or dinner?
Oh, I love breakfast.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Can you do it all day?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yep.
Best breakfast spread. What would that be?
Give me 2 eggs over easy with some country ham and hash browns and maybe a little bit of grits. But yeah, that's the go-to.
That's good. I'm down with that. I'm down with that because a girl likes good grits. Now, are you a good person for cooking grits?
I'm not for cooking it, but I get it at Cracker Barrel. I let them do it.
He's like, I'm not gonna get to the grit cooking showdown here. Are you DC Comics or Marvel?
Oh wow, I would probably say Marvel.
Okay. Did you ever collect comic books back in the day?
I did not.
No.
Just went
to
to
you ever read them?
Just went to the movies. Never really got into the comics.
Really? Oh my goodness! I used to. What was that one? Oh, what was it? Was it like a comic book for Archie? Am I making that up, people?
Oh, there was an Archie,
and.
But I don't remember it being DC Comics.
No. It wasn't DC.
No,
that was not a DC comic. And it wasn't a Marvel either, but I
No.
do remember thinking I was going to be like this comic book collector. And, well, I tried comic books, I tried baseball cards, did a little bit of stamps. And what else did we do? Tried to do the penny thing. That didn't take. It didn't take. Collecting things was a big thing back then.
Yeah, all I collected was albums.
Oh, really? Now I'm not gonna jump to my questions, but I'm gonna come to that one. Hold on. Are you a full sun or rainy days?
A full sun.
Full sun. You don't like the rain?
No,
Little twinkles and the little pitter patter on tin. No.
No. Give me a sunshiny day any day of the week.
Well, then this is going to be a good one. So I am asking, are we doing vinyl or MP3?
Well, I am an MP3 guy for the moment, but back in the day, vinyl was everything. When I was a teenager, I bought all the vinyl I could get my hands on.
Are you still collecting?
No, unfortunately, I'm not. Unfortunately.
What? Now it's made a comeback. I even heard on the street that cassettes, yes, I said it, people, cassettes are trying to put a foot back in the door.
Oh, hadn't heard that one.
I kid you not. I don't know how. Well, I do know how they're going to play them because they are still selling radios that have cassette players, but they also have a place for Bluetooth and USB. They're putting all the tech together, but you don't do any vinyl. I mean, it's a huge comeback right now.
Yeah, no, I haven't gotten back into doing vinyl.
But you do have all your old vinyl still.
No, I sold it all. I have maybe 10 albums that I hung on to from when I had a much bigger collection back in the day. But yeah, no, one day I said, I don't need all these albums, and sold them.
When I tell you, like, they just had what was that, record store day, people? Was it record store day like a few weeks ago? It probably was like a month ago, but it feels like a few weeks ago. That people were lined up for the latest greatest on LP.
Yeah.
It is a thing. There's a whole new generation of people who are collecting.
One of the things that I have, though, that's pretty cool is I have a signed vinyl album by Barry Manilow.
Really?
Yeah, I know. So maybe go, who's that?
that one you definitely kept. I'm like, hey.
Well, I sang on stage with him, so that's how I got it.
Oh, wait a minute. Time out. Now, you know what, Keith? You can't come on here throwing out stuff and not giving us a little backstory. So tell us how it is that you sang with Barry Manilow.
Yeah, so this was when he released the One Voice album and tour. And so when he would go to cities and do his concerts, he couldn't do all the voices like he did on the album. He did all the voices for that. So he would hire local choirs to come in. And so I was in my local university college choir, and we were chosen to be the ones that sang on stage with him.
Oh, wow. For that. Now, see, now if I had done the 3 truths and 1 lie, that would have been a good one. I would have been like, there's no way. There's no way he was with Barry Manilow. Hey, that's pretty good. So clearly you can carry a note and then some.
Well, I did back in the day. I'm really not much of a singer these days. I tend to lend more just to being a keyboard guy. So.
Oh, well, we will dip into that. We got a couple of comments here. Letta says she loves the rain, but sunny days are also awesome. She also says that she could have saved tons of her taste. I'm telling you, I'm not making this up. Cassettes are really making a comeback. Now, they're not making it the way that the vinyl has, because vinyl is like everywhere at this point, and you can get like your player, the whole 9 yards. But cassettes, they are trying to get back in there. I don't know if it's more of a nostalgia thing for kids who have never had it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like you don't know pain until you've had that cassette. And it does that, and it gets crumpled up inside, and you got to pull it out and grab your pencil and try to get it back on track.
Yeah.
Like that's some real pain. That's some real pain right there. Plus, for those of us who had cassettes and CDs, when you were really special and they made that mixtape for you,
Yep.
that was like, okay, clearly we are now a couple. So tell us this, Keith, because I want to get into this great conversation. Tell us, who are you and what is your superpower?
Well, I guess in the simplest of terms, I am a marketing and technology strategist. And my superpower is to help make technology very simple for everybody to use.
That is exactly what we need here. People like technology, people like simple technology. So let
Yes.
us get into that. Now, I want to make sure, oh, hold on here. Wait a minute, because we love going down memory lane. We love going down memory lane. Letta says she was the mixtape queen. I won't lie to you. I never got it. Well, no, I did get one mixtape. Someone thought I was special. I did get one, but it only takes one person. So keeping on that thread of simple technology, I want to start with this question. What's the importance of data for any small business owner or creative? How do we, as people who are freelancers, creative, how can we benefit from having more data?
Well, actually, data has become what currency is in today's world for business. This is why companies have the ability to collect so much data, because they can then take that data and utilize it for monetization. And if you are the owner of data and it's your data, then you have the power to figure out, what can I do with that data? How can I turn that into an opportunity? Whether it's monetization, whether it's building a brand, whether it's just sharing knowledge. The more we understand about who our audience is and how they perceive connecting with our content, then that empowers us to know what we need to bring to them so that they will continue to want to be our fans or our followers, our customers, our clients.
Okay. Because I'm not going to lie to you. Sometimes I enjoy getting the data, and other times I'm kind of like, probably because in my former life, we had to do a lot of reporting. I'm just like, really? More analytics, more numbers, things of that nature. But I do know the importance of it. So knowing who your fans and followers are, and knowing that this is major currency for all the big businesses. I mean, we're a creative, we're a freelancer, we're a small biz owner. We are not exempt from knowing about our customer. What would be one of the benefits, if not more than one, of having one's digital assets all in one place?
Well, when you centralize your content, then you've made it easier for people to access that content. And so in today's world, I kind of compare it. When I was a kid, we had 13 channels on a television. And when the channel was to be changed, I was the remote control, because Dad would say, go turn the channel.
Yeah.
Today, we have 13 million channels, if you want to just really get down to it. There's so many distribution opportunities and channels that, where do you go to connect with me? And so it gets very convoluted, I think. Somebody will say, like, I'll be at a networking event and they'll say, hey, would you guys like my Instagram? Go to Bob_12_9 with an exclamation at the end. And nobody's going to remember that. So if we centralize it, where you just have to tap on an icon to get to my Instagram or my Facebook or whatever my social is, or my website, my YouTube, now everybody is more likely to go connect with you there, because you didn't have to make it complicated for them to do that.
All right. I want to take a quick little pivot here, only because I'm running through all the stuff. And I do know, as a person who just went to a photography conference or what have you, there is the whole deal of everyone's got their phone out and they're having you key in stuff. Now, I am a QR code user. So I believe in scanning the QR code and here's the thing. And then that lets me do stuff versus everybody trying to do
Right.
the whole go here, go there, go there.
Right.
What you're describing for freelancers, creatives, small business owners is that there can be one place to have all of who you are and what you do in one central location. Yes?
Absolutely.
Okay. I'm digging that. I'm digging it because let me just say this, and I'm curious. As a matter of fact, let me just do a quick little side note because I want to know, for those of you in the audience, how many digital assets do you currently manage? So we're talking what? Website, social media platforms,
email. You've got
email. Yes. Okay. So email.
texting, you've got bukus of social networks.
Social networks. Yeah, that could be a lot of it. So
Then you have
I'm
things
curious
like
how many you guys
Substack.
are working with.
Yeah.
Now we do have a comment here. This is a great question. Okay. Letta says she has a link Q. Is that a QR? QRAC? Oh, link QR. Is that link QRAC? Maybe I'm not saying that right.
She has a link QR code, I would think.
Okay, so she has that.
Mhm.
And she said, yes, QR codes, they're the best thing ever. But she also carries her business cards as a backup. All right. Now, link. I have heard, she said, I messed up. You know what? I was going to figure that out eventually. Keith beat me there. But, the power of two, right? Teamwork makes the dream work, people. The power of two. So I am curious for items that are like a link, because there's like, I've seen link, I've seen like a dot
link
card,
dot. There's
link tree. Okay, so how are those different? Like, are those similar to having all of your assets in one place?
Well, here's where they're really functional. Okay. You can get somebody's card, you can scan their QR code, and you can easily get added to the contacts. Mm-hmm. But sharing all your data and all your stuff, you're pretty limited to what they can do. They're just gonna basically, it's like a link tree that you can put in your contacts. It's not that pretty. It's pretty basic. But what a lot of people don't know or think about is when you're using those platforms, unless you use a paid version of their platform, they're proselyting your customers all the time to sign up for their platform. So if I give my digital information to somebody, I don't want their company to be pitching my customers to use their product or their service just because I'm using it. That's a turnoff. Now, I may delete you off my phone because I don't want to be pitched by some company just because I got your information. We don't do that with our platform.
All right. So you reminded me of a commercial that Salesforce had when they said that data was like the next gold rush. Mm-hmm. Everybody's looking for, how do I collect more information about who's coming where and who's doing what and so on and so forth. Okay, well, this is a great segue. This worked out perfectly. Did not plan this, people. All right. Keith, tell us, what is TAPPS, your business, and tell us about a Hello card.
So TAPPS is the simplicity of a website with the benefits of an app. And essentially, it's like, I call it 3-in-1. It is an app, absolute easy app that you can put on your home screen. It's in the cloud, so there's no app stores involved. So it's frictionless. I can look at it on any device. It's a website, and it's also a digital business card because you can add it to their contacts. All at the same time, it's playing all three of those roles. And Hello Card is a branded version of TAPPS that allows people to basically, just like Link or Dot or Blink has their own brand, Hello Card is like a sub-brand of TAPPS that a lot of my clients really like the idea of saying, hey, do you have my Hello Card? Because it has a more fun ring to it. What is that? What is a Hello Card? And then they share it, right? And it's shared with a QR code. It can be shared with a text message. I'd say it's so simple, grandma can share it with anybody because it's not so techie that grandma couldn't send it to somebody with a text message.
Now I will say this because I'm looking at some of our comments here, and this is why I was like, this reminds me of why I went to Go Brunch, right? And I see Letta here she uses links. She currently has her portfolio there, her website, her contact, her everything is there. And Ron is having one of those aha moments. So for me, if I want to make sure that we get what the message that you're sending, because I think about Go Brunch and why having my own private environment matters. Because you could use Zoom, but then your customers' information, your information is available with Zoom. It's not private.
Right.
It's not your own environment. And we keep talking about how important it is as freelancers, creatives, business owners to have your own platform, because at any time, like TikTok and Instagram and everything else, they can switch it up for you.
Sure.
They can switch it up, they could change it, and then now what? Like,
so a couple of things that stand out about our platform. Number one is it's 100% delivery. There's no algorithm to hide your content. Number two, you can send push notifications. That's not something Blink and Link and Dot and all these other cards can do, because they're not apps. They're just digital business cards. They play one role. They can be links and they can put you in the contacts, but they do not have push notification capabilities. And so when you can segment your audience with a push message, you're in the lock screen. The lock screen of the phone is where decisions are made all day long first. And there's less competition in the lock screen than there is everywhere else you go. You're present on the internet, right? If you're in search, there's an algorithm that says whether you get to be on the home screen, the home page of Google, which nobody wants to go past that. If you're on some social network, an algorithm decides whether you're relevant or irrelevant. So that means you're either visible or invisible. Most people are invisible, but they don't know who's really seeing their content. On our platform, we have analytics that show every single thing that's clicked, viewed, and tapped on. You get the analytics for that data. And we can even A/B your content. So you could have the same capabilities that ad networks have for your own content. So I tell people we're a Maserati hidden underneath a Volkswagen. So if you pulled up next to somebody and they looked at you, you could take off and blow their socks off with what this platform can do. But it's not so techy that grandma could use it. She could actually use this and not feel like it's overwhelming technology.
All right, so I'm gonna take a little side road here. I mean, I have the question here because this is one of those where technology, and this is just me speaking from personal experience in the networking rooms I've been in, so it is what it is. But I can't help but notice that there are a number of freelancers, creatives, small business owners who were a little hesitant about getting into anything regards technology. Prime example, people were crying about AI last year. And everything is AI. It's like, you do understand the paperclip at Microsoft from way back then? Okay, like, yeah, that was it. It's okay, right? So why are we as creatives, freelancers, why are we hesitant to jump into that technology pool? What do you think some of the things that are holding us back from saying, I can see what this can do for me?
Well, I think some people are hesitant because they go, oh, well, I don't want another app on my phone.
That's me.
Right. Now, I look at that and go, well, do you say that about your laptop? You don't ever say, how many applications do I have on my laptop? Why would it matter on your phone? Your phone's just another small computer.
Okay.
It's more of I think a mental visual thing. And what I want people to understand is you can have tons of apps on your phone and it really doesn't matter because you have lots of room these days. Most phones have tons of storage, right? And if you're trying to think, well, how am I going to find that? Your phone is a search engine. You just maybe don't think of it as a search engine. But on any phone, whether it's an Android or an Apple, if you swipe up or down on the home screen, it says search. And if you type in the app you're looking for, it's going to find it in seconds. So a lot of people would find what they're looking for much easier if they use that. Right now, this is another part of being top of mind versus out of sight, out of mind. When I'm using blink or link or dot, I'm in the contacts. I'm really more out of sight, out of mind. But because I'm an app on the phone, you can see my icon for one, especially if you just type my name in, it'll pop up. But number two, push notifications. I can't be a push notification technology unless I'm on your home screen. That's a big game changer. So that's why you need to understand having me on your phone matters, because I can now communicate with you.
Okay, my wheels are turning. Forgive me, my wheels are turning. So I'm looking at, I will be honest, I'm the person who says I don't want another app, because if I could just go to the website, then I could just do all the things. But what you're describing is, again, having access to your customers, making sure you're front of mind with your customers. And it also sounds like you're delivering a different level of customer experience.
Yeah.
That
So
traditionally has just been for the bigger people.
Yeah. So let's think about, what are most websites today? Most websites are just brochures. They're our new version of a brochure.
Okay.
And unless you write a blog or you have an e-commerce store, most of the websites don't really change or get updated very often. So if I go there 2 or 3 times, why am I going to go back if I've already seen everything? Well, why is everybody on social media? They want engagement. They want fresh, new content. That's where the app matters. Because if I'm on your phone, I can update you and let you know when I have something new. Even if it's on my social network, I can then let you know, right? And here's a little trick. With push notifications, I could tell you I have a new post on whatever channel I'm on and ask you to comment, like, and share. And now if you have my app, I don't have to wonder if you know about my new post. Where on that social network, I have no idea if you've seen me. And literally when you tap on the link, I'm going to take you to that post. And if you comment, like, and share, I just fed the algorithm what it wants. And so it may boost my visibility because I did engagement on the platform, but I backdoored getting in, which in my opinion is I outsmarted, I outplayed, and I outwitted the algorithm in the process.
Oh boy. Okay, let me just say this. Ron is like, I'm liking this subject. I'm right there with you, Ron, because again, my wheels are turning. Let me just give you, if I may, a couple of could be examples. Let's say now, Ron's a photographer. Ron is a Nat Geo, New Yorker published, been all over the world photographer. Can you give us like a quick little idea of how he could use this?
Well,
is that putting you on the spot? Because I know I'm putting you on the spot.
Yeah, no, there's so many ways to use our platform in ways a lot of people don't even think about. But from a photographer standpoint, he could show his latest photo shoot and let everybody know. And it doesn't have to be on the social network. What I look at is I treat social like they treat me. I want to use them. So if you understand how movies market, they don't play the movie on Facebook. They play a trailer.
Okay.
So I think all your marketing and your content should be trailer style marketing. I want to tease you and then have you go put my app on your phone where I'm going to show only my best content there. So I control it and I know you're 100% going to be able to see it. And I don't have to wonder, are you going to be able to see it? So if I'm going to, let's say he's on a photo shoot in New York and he wants to do a live stream on Facebook. Well, he could take that using the technology we're using today to do this live stream. He could embed that in the app and live stream it to everybody. And they don't have to be on 50 different platforms. It's right there in the app. He just sends a push message. Hey, check out my photo shoot. I'm live streaming right now from New York. Boom. Grandma opens it up. She gets to watch her live stream and she didn't have to finagle with Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, any of that.
This is like personal branding on steroids. Oh my goodness. Okay, let me throw one more at you. I want to throw one more at you as Ron is like, yes. Okay, what if you are, because you're a musician.
Right.
What if you're a musician? Or you're like in the creative, I'm a dancer, I'm in the moving arts ideas.
Okay, so here I'm going to share something about the power of this Maserati I described earlier.
Okay.
And these are very unique things to our platform. Number one, I can schedule any piece of content. I can schedule my phone number. Every single piece of content can be scheduled. Number two, I can segment my audience. So I could show you completely different content when you first come there and you scan the QR code or you visit my web link, versus when you add me to the home screen, it can be completely different content. This is how we control our content access, because if you don't do what I ask you to do, you don't get to see it. All right. So imagine I tell you, you need to add me to the home screen and hit the subscribe button, just like YouTube. And then that'll give you access to see my content. Okay. So I call it rewards-based content.
Okay.
Now, the third thing we do is geofence content. So while you're shooting in New York, you could literally geofence the entire city of New York and send a message to your fans and followers in a push notification. If you're in New York and you want to see what I'm shooting today, you can live stream, and you could make the live stream only visible for the people in New York. That's how much minute control of content you have with our platform. Okay, now, if I'm a musician and I'm playing a gig and I geofence the gig where I'm playing, the venue, and you come and you scan my QR code, you add me to the home screen, you subscribe, then during the concert, I could turn the app into part of the show. So now I could have scheduled content that matches what I'm doing. I could have special offers at the bar for the food, and I could maybe play a video release of my new song that only the people who showed up at the venue can see. Although everybody else has the app, only the people at the venue could see that because they were a butt in the seat, like a movie theater, right?
Yeah, yeah.
That's the kind of stuff you can do. And that's the tip of the iceberg. I share with people how to monetize the content that you have, how to make it fun with gamification. Think of the fact that with geofencing, you could reward your customers. You could do scavenger hunts. You could do rewards, like I mentioned, where you show up at the venue and you're there. That means you get to see the content nobody else got to see. All that's the stuff that people don't think about, and you certainly can't do any of that on any other platform, including your website.
Okay, so I think our viewers are feeling like me. My mind is like, my cheeks are hurting because I'm smiling so hard. Listen, this is awesome. Okay, because I'm sitting here thinking like, okay, wait. We have seen for a number of years these social media platforms really getting the fruits of our labor by getting people to come and follow us here and do this. And every other day, it's a shell game on how they are switching up how the algorithm works, to the point where I've already told Ron, I don't care about the algorithm. I'm over it. I'm over trying to chase something.
Yep.
You're saying, knock, knock, people, technology calling. You can be in the driver's seat.
100%. Ownership and control is everything.
Yeah.
Because now if you can have that, and then you have the data behind it, because we're collecting all that data.
Yeah.
Now you can go find your own sponsors. You can you basically become your own little micro Facebook of sorts.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you add things like Go Brunch, now you have a community you can attach to it, right? And if, let's say, you do a podcast, like you can drop your podcast player in the app. So now we're making the button on their phone the single place to touch and connect every single thing I do anywhere online, all from one place. This is called one-to-many marketing.
Mm-hmm. Okay. One-to-many marketing. Okay. Hold on, Keith. I gotta take all this in. Give me a moment. Okay. if you will, because I don't want to assume that everybody understands, can you give us a quick definition or a thorough definition of one-to-many marketing? Because we're not marketers, right? We are creatives and freelancers, small business owners. We are trying to make what's currently out there work for us, and we're still frustrated. So would you explain that?
Sure. So again, we talked about all these channels we have. We have social channels, we have web channels, we have email, we have text, we have blogs. We have so many different channels, and we're trying to manage all of them and figure out who's going to see on all these channels and all the time it takes to publish to all these channels. But if you publish to the app and people have your app, it's a single channel that everything can be delivered to, and it's always up to date and current when they open it. So if I was to say, let's say I had a PDF that I shared, and it's been 6 months and I updated the PDF. Now I could update it in the app, and the next time they open the app, that PDF is going to be something every single person can access, and I didn't have to figure out, did I share it on email? Did I text it? Did I publish it here? Did I take it there? It becomes so overwhelming for most people managing content. They spend more time managing content than running their business. Yes. I want you to stop chasing the algorithm and start chasing your customer.
You know what? If I had a mic, I'd be like, bing, because that was the mic drop right there. Stop chasing the algorithm and start chasing your customer. What? Yep. Okay. She says, this sounds wonderful. I'm right there with you. All right. So let me throw one more question out there. And I see we have some questions coming in here. Before I get to that one, let me ask this, because I see where we have all of our things. We're going to have one thing that manages all of the smaller things. This is a question I'm sure somebody may be asking. Why would I have an app and not just a website that's optimized to be on mobile? Because I mean, I'm hearing the difference, but I'm sure someone's like, well, I don't understand. Why not just do this?
Because a website doesn't do all the things I just described. It doesn't geofence content. You can't segment your audience. You don't have push notifications on most app websites. And you certainly don't have the ability to get data that you can actually understand. If you tried to understand Google Analytics, oh my gosh, I'm a tech person and it still is too complicated for me to comprehend. This is simple, people. It's not something that you have to have some science degree to understand how to use, much less how to grasp all the information that you can get from it. I'll give you another example. A-being your content. You can't do that on your website. But imagine you could show two different pictures, or you could compare a picture to a video. So simple. And then you could see which one gets the most engagement, so you know what content people are actually liking that you're sharing, right? Now I'm going to take that a step further. Let's say that you had somebody who wanted to be a sponsor in your app, right? And you could A/B their sponsorship ad. And because you could schedule their ad to run at a certain time. So now you have an advertising platform that I just gave you for free. And you could have different sponsors on different pages of your app, and you're managing and controlling it, deciding when they can see it and how they can see it. That's a game changer. That's a new income stream that I just provided you if you build your fans and your followers there, instead of giving that away to Facebook. Yeah. I'd rather have the money myself.
Oh man, when I, my brain goes to all these places of seeing access to technology and seeing how when you let your creative juices go and you put that power in your hands, all the things that now becomes possible, right? Like all the things become possible. Now I have to ask this. Rose like, Keith, shut the front door.
I just slammed it, baby.
You just slammed it. So you've been saying simple. I'm a tech person, but even I, like you, Google Analytics gets on my last nerve. I'm not gonna lie to you. So when you say that this is something simple to use, how how simple are we talking? Are we like drag and drop? Are we needing like a class and a half? What are we talking?
It's a no-code platform. It's drag and drop. Okay. If you know how to use a word processor, you know about 80% of the platform already, because it's going to work very similar to that. And the beauty of it is that you have the ability to see visually on the right side what content looks like, and you operate your editing on the left side.
Okay.
So visually, it's very simple to actually see where you're editing content. And the learning curve is so simple because all the actions, we call them actions, all the actions have 80% of them operate exactly the same. The difference between one to the other is this is a link action, this is a video action, this is a carousel, this is a document, this is a button. All of those are what differentiates what that specific action does in the platform. So when you learn one action, you've already learned most of the platform, and you just apply the principle where it makes sense. Oh, this action's a link, and it's for people who put me on the home screen and subscribed. And when you set those parameters, people who didn't subscribe but put you on the home screen don't get to see the link because they didn't follow the step to subscribe. So they alienated themselves. And this is how you get people to do what you want. Hey, in fact, check this out. Wouldn't it be nice if I could duplicate you and everybody could meet you every time your app is shared?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So imagine your guest today share your app with somebody else and they get to meet G, because G has a video, a welcome video on there, and it plays only on the browser. And when they add it to the home screen, they don't see G's welcome video because they don't need to. This is how we customize our user experience for our prospects, different than those who have this commitment to relationship by putting us on the home screen. And you get to actually say, hey, I'm G. Thanks for coming and checking my app out. I would love to build a relationship with you. But the only way that can happen is if you put me on the home screen and you hit the subscribe button so you can hear from me. I promise not to blow up your phone, but I'm here to give you value and make your life better from the information that I share. And I hope that we can become friends. Boom. That is you over and over again, sharing who you are, what you do, every time somebody refers your app to somebody else, right? This is digital word of mouth marketing on steroids.
You know, the last thing this world needs is G in everybody's everybody's phone.
Now, I've got another shut the door. I got another shut the door if you want to hear it.
Oh my good. I will take it. Do it. Bring it. Bring it.
Okay. How many times do people share what we do and then we never hear from those people?
Man.
All the time.
All the time.
Because we, number one, didn't know who shared us. And number two, we don't know if they found us, right?
Yeah.
Well, we have a referral system built in. So somebody can send the app to another person, fill out a little form with their name, their email address, their phone number, put their name in as the referred by, and they can give us a little comment. This is my coworker, Bob, and he's interested in being on your podcast show. And you could have a little podcast checkbox on there. And when they hit share, they could do it with text, with email, social media, 5 different ways. What happens is you just got a lead, and that person got your app completely, entirely. And what happens is the link is unique to that person that was sent the app. And you can see in your dashboard if they clicked on the link and looked at your app.
Oh my goodness.
So now you know who shared you. You can say thank you. Now you know if they looked at it. And now you have an opportunity, because you have their information. You could say, oh, here's a free MP3 of my show, or here's a free download. You have the opportunity to follow up with that person and make a connection with them that you would have lost. It was the best of intentions that never worked out the other way. So we've fixed the referral marketing system so it works.
Oh my!
And every time they click on the link, you get notified. Wow, John's looked at it 12 times. I guess he's interested in my content.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Okay, okay, hold on. My cheeks, y'all. I am like my brain is like it is literally spinning right now. It is spinning. I also want to say hello to some people who just walked in. Ms. Elise is here. Thank you. And yes, you need to watch this. DS is also here. The food plane, he's here. Okay. Because all I'm hearing, and I want to get Ron's question in here. All I am hearing is that you have put the power that so many others have had in the creative's hand. This reminds me of back in the day when you had to shop your demo. And it was like, if I don't get anybody to pick me up, then I never get a chance to share my music. Whereas now musicians can go right to their audience, sell their music, get their concerts out there. Like it's leveling the playing fields. That's what I'm hearing right now.
100%.
Oh my goodness.
100%.
Let me get Ron's question in here, because Ron says, how do we get this app? How much does it cost?
I'm glad that you asked that question, Ron. So I'm going to do another shut the door. So you can sign up if you want to build it yourself, and it's not complicated. You know, if you're a graphics person or you know how to do some basic stuff, you can build your own app using our platform. And we have plans starting as low as $9 a month.
No, you're not. No, wait, hold up. I know good and darn well. I almost said something. I know good and darn well. You did not say. Did you say $9? $9?
Yeah, less than a McDonald's combo meal today.
Now I'm gonna walk out the door. I'm sorry. I'm gonna leave. I'm about to walk out this door. I know good and darn well. All right. Okay, please continue, sir. Let us like what? Okay, yeah. I don't.
So, just to kind of cover the different plans that we have. So, our entry level plan starts at $9 if you go month to month, and then you can bump up depending on how much storage you want and how many push notifications you want to be able to send to people. You would upgrade your plan. We have a plan at the top that would allow you to start your own app business if you wanted to start it, because our platform can be white label. So you can actually put your own custom domain on our platform and could start a mobile app business in your local town, helping businesses have the ability to have apps using our platform.
I am rarely ever speechless. Rarely ever. I am speechless. I am because, okay, so you have covered a lot of things, because one, business owners, freelancers, creatives, we're like, okay, that's one more thing I gotta get together. I gotta figure this out. You're saying one, it's super simple. Two, it is giving you the power of your data, your customers in your hand on your platform. Allows you to use the other's platform, not you follow it. Yeah, now I don't do McDonald's, but this sounds really affordable just to get in. Like entry level is not out of the park.
Yeah, just give up a Starbucks a month and you're good.
Ron, I'm like you. I need this in my life. I'm like, look, because I'm thinking personal branding on like super steroids. Like we are like.
Well, I'm going to give you a use case. It can be as simple as a digital business card for somebody that just wants to hand out their business card and it be digital. But I also built an app for a client that launched a movie nationwide in movie theaters, and we sold almost 4,000 tickets pre-sale because they had a way to share it to a specific niche of community, the Asian community, that normally wouldn't have been reached by the traditional marketers because they don't know how to reach that audience, right? I'm also building an app for a museum to make it part of the tour of the museum. And with geofencing, you can only consume that content while you're at the museum. So what I want people to come away with today is don't limit your creativity, because there's a lot of application and use for my software. If you just put on your creative hat, you can come up with a lot of ways to use the software and all those functions that I mentioned it can do in many different ways, many different use cases.
We got some more questions here. And Bez, shout out to Bez.
Hey, Bez, I know Bez.
He said, I just got here and I'm excited. I am right there with you, Bez. I'm excited. My cheeks are hurting because my brain is like, we're having a party over here. I'm having a party over here. Okay, let me get some of these questions. DS says, what's one tech tool every small business owner should be using right now, but probably isn't?
My software. I'm telling you,
I have to agree.
It is so underestimated and unknown. I'm trying to get people to find out about it because it doesn't get any simpler than this. It doesn't get any more shareable and viral than this. When you can make grandma have the ability to share you with a text message, that's what everybody knows how to do on their phone already. I'm not having to teach you how to do that. Everybody knows how to scan a QR code. I'm not having to teach you how to do that. When you don't have to teach people how to use something, that is the most powerful tech tool you would want to have in your arsenal. Boom.
Yeah, easy adoption if they already, like, if it's intuitive and they already do it, that's like a no-brainer. DS also says, how do you recommend balancing automation with maintaining a personal touch in customer experience?
Well, this is where I believe that you want to have a community around your app. Something like Go Brunch, something where you have a personal touch with people that you can come in with video, with some type of constant community connectivity with your audience so that you don't lose the personal experience with them. And you can, at some point, you can maybe monetize that or even for content access so that you increase your ability to reach more people and build a opportunity for them to consume your content through paid platforms like Go Brunch that allows you to have a free opportunity to come in and sort of kick the door down and check it out. And then yet once they see the true value you bring to the table, then you can upsell them to, say, a different tier of, maybe you have a 3-tier membership that they can join and get different amounts of content. And Go Brunch is a great platform for doing that.
All right, last one. He says, how can creatives avoid getting overwhelmed by the tech side of building a brand? Man, this would definitely solve that.
Yeah, the way I look at it is, if I don't have to go so many channels and build so many things for all these different channels, and I can just drive that traffic to your app, you've simplified where your biggest amount of content creation needs to occur. Everywhere else, do teaser marketing. Simplify your marketing on all the other channels just to get their appetite wet so that they would not want to click and go, what is this guy about? It's like a movie trailer. Do you ever not want to go check out the movie page once you've seen the trailer? Just think about turning your marketing into trailers of content that get people curious enough to click on your bio link. That is what my app is. It's your new bio link everywhere you share content.
Oh, you know what, Keith? I tell you, man. Let me just say this as Ben says, I need to get set up. DS, I am telling you, we have been saying, wow, oh, wow. We have dropped the mic a few times. We have shut a couple of doors. We have shut all the doors. We don't have any more doors to shut.
Yep.
Okay. I don't want to leave the people without them knowing how to link up with you. So I definitely want to do that. Let me get this in here because I want people to know how to. Gwendolyn, Renee, see, I'm all over the place. I'm so excited. I'm all over the place. So Keith is on. He is on LinkedIn. You can find Keith there, but I also want to share that you can also go to his Hello card. You can connect with Keith there as well. Let me stop talking and let you tell the people how you wish for them to connect with you, please.
Yeah. So if you go to my Hello card You can add it to your home screen. You can add it to your contacts. And there's a button on there that says Discovery Call. And that'll let you schedule a virtual meeting with me. And then we can connect through that. And we can talk about what my software can do to benefit what you're trying to accomplish. Because I'm a big believer in, number one, what's your pain point? Let's fix your pain points. And if my software is the first step, that's the first step. If not, I can help in many different ways because I have a marketing agency also. I've been doing marketing for 32 years. I started building, and my first website was built from listening to a guy on a VHS tape tell me what to type on my MacBook in a text program. So I've seen this thing go from that, Web 1.0, to where we are today. And all of that experience is what you get when you also work with me on my software platform. And so we could talk about all the different things that are problems for what you're trying to do and solve them one at a time. And wherever my software fits into that puzzle, great. But the biggest thing is we want to help you get rid of the things that are headaches in your business.
Oh my goodness. Y'all. I'm like, okay, I need to jump into this pool my darn self. I need to get into this pool and get this together because this is crazy talk. Oh my goodness. Okay, hold on. Before as Letta says, definitely need this. If there's anything I want to leave you guys with, I am hearing creatives are taking back the reins. We are recognizing the power in our hand and we are going forward. That's all I got right here. That's all I have right here. I am literally in awe, sir. You have done that. Let me give a little bit of news. Hold on, people. Let me give you a little bit of news before I let everybody go and everything. I do want to tell everybody that, hey, you want to get on the GRH Jack email list. I got so many initials, Lord bless. You want to get on the GRH Jack email list, you can go to grhjack.com where I talk about all the podcasts and my guests. I refresh some stuff to make sure people know what's going down. You want to replay this episode, okay? If you came in late, you want to replay this episode, you want to get it. Yes. You also want to, as Foodplay says, love how Keith makes tech less intimidating and more accessible. Yes, it's about making it simple.
Thank you.
Because I'm like, I can do this. Gwendolyn, you can do this. Gwendolyn, you are going to do this. Keith, thank you so much for coming here and sharing your genius. Man, oh, wait a minute, one more. He says, we need to have you visit us at my Manhattan Chamber of Commerce. Hey, now look, I'm gonna let y'all figure that out. I want to share this one more time, that you can go to hellocard.me/Keith, connect with him there. He's also on LinkedIn. Look for him there. If you have not watched this, please go back and watch it from the beginning because we had a lot of mic drops and we shutting doors and all the things today. And I'm going to give Letta the very last comment. She says, this was so great. Thank you for this. And I forgot to say hello to everyone. Great to see you all. So glad to be a part of this community. Dude, I'm like, my whole little face is hurting right now. It's hurting.
Well, I really appreciate the opportunity to be on your podcast show. And I appreciate everybody showing up and asking questions. And I tell people there's no dumb question. I love questions. If you don't ask a question, you can't find the answer. So I hope everybody will reach out and I look forward to connecting with everybody.
I will say that you have a few people in this chat who will definitely be showing up to reach out to you. That much I can definitely say. Thank you so much for being with us, Keith. Y'all, my face, it's like it's hurting right now. My face is hurting right now. Wait a minute. Lord bless. I'm all over the place. Lord bless. When I tell you, like, all the ideas are running. Let me say this. Thank you all for giving us this time. Please go back and watch the replay. Also, please go connect with Keith so he can help you take charge of your data okay, your digital presence and put the power back in your hand. As he said, I want you to get it right. Don't chase the algorithm, chase your customers. Oh my goodness, there it is. We will see you all at the next Small Biz Bites.
Thank you for watching another episode of Small Biz Bites with Gwendolyn R. Houston Jack, where we chat with other creatives and small business owners about their journey. And we also invite you to like, share, and subscribe to the GR Houston Jack YouTube channel, where you can get the latest and greatest.